Alrighty, Reddit insanity, where people post the dumbest things they can possibly think of onto Reddit. I'm Michael.
I'm Noah.
Let's start. First one is by Elegant Shoshan.
Shoshan.
This person puts, last Friday,
It's an elegant man.
Shoshan. Last Friday, I had the day off work and decided to surprise my girlfriend at her job by stopping in to take her out.
Oh, one of them would just be random. Like last Friday, I tried to suck my own dick and broke my back. And that's all. That's it. That's located money. That's the whole thing. It just comes in hot and fucking leaves early.
So I decided to take her out for lunch as her shift was about done.
What's the category for these?
Today I fucked ups.
So yeah, he did something wrong.
She works at a very large and popular wholesale store that has hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
So my guess is probably Costco.
Okay.
They have the $1.50 hot dogs. Like,
They also have like the fucking endless fucking piles of humanity.
I know you see that.
Why just to get to a goddamn register?
She told me beforehand that I could come see her at work anytime and there would be no trouble. I walked in the front door and walked past the card checker girl. So yeah, this is Costco. She did a double take and asked me if I worked there. I said, no, I do not. I'm here to see an employee. However, I'm looking for blank in blank.
So my girlfriend, meaning I put my dick in her. Something she did his dildo in me.
She sheepishly got on her radio and said, management to front entrance, non-emergency.
Oh.
The manager with the largest tablet I have ever seen strapped on her arm walked up.
She's like, goddamn 30-inch TV.
And explained again while I was there. She called.
It's here to see my girlfriend.
She called for my girlfriend on the radio, but she was not near her radio.
Uh-oh.
I apparently kicked the hornet's nest and could hear chatter on the other employees' radios.
Oh.
Who's that guy here to see?
Who is that jumping out the sky?
Are we being audited? He looks important. Guys, look busy. These are all the things that he heard on the radio.
Oh, okay.
It's like, even if he was somebody there for an audit, they hear it.
Right.
I caught glances from about every worker nearby and could feel them trying to figure me out. It was about this time my girlfriend got back on her radio and heard the commotion and stepped out of her office and made eye contact with me.
Uh-oh.
She wrapped up her work and we went out for lunch finally. I asked her why there was such a ruckus. She said that I dress nicely and I'm very polite, which are characteristics of a corporate rep who comes in to fire people.
Oh. Not too bad, then.
No, that's when she also admitted to me that I sometimes have asshole resting face.
Oh, shit.
I guess I need to smile more.
Asshole resting face.
So yeah, resting bitch face is another word for it.
My face is like, yeah, I hit a kid. I hit a kid resting face. I wouldn't think twice to suck a kid in the face.
Fuck them kids. All right, next one is by Nude at Noon.
That one's mine, I think.
All right, so this person puts, my former boss contacted me a few days ago with an unusual request. She wanted to know
to suck. I just found how absurd that's 100% what these nasty motherfuckers would say.
She wanted to know if I was interested in sleeping with her while her husband watched us.
She did want it.
100% accurate.
Oh, God.
I said I was the wrong guy for the job. But she disagreed and said I was the perfect guy based on a random one-night stand we had years ago before she remarried.
Oh, damn.
She said her new husband wanted to watch her fuck another guy, and she was into it. I agreed to discuss the possibility in person, especially whenever she offered to pay for dinner. I forgot how attractive she was until I saw her face to face. She introduced me to her new husband who wanted me to understand that all he wanted was to be an observer in the bedroom.
I like to study. Take notes about it. Write my next novel of it.
He made it sound like the worst case scenario was that I have sex, which I believed. So yeah, I said yes.
That's the worst case?
Yeah, that's what he made it sound like.
Like, just getting laid. That's as bad as it gets.
Fast forward to the fucking. A
Oh,
couple of
God. Don't ever fast forward to the fucking. I need context. Don't just go in there dry.
just fast forward.
Yeah, just fast forward to the fucking.
A couple.
That's my new fucking phrase. Like, how about you just fast forward to the fucking. Like, when they're telling a boring story, we'll just fast forward to the fucking, please.
It's a good slogan.
McDonald's.
Fast forward to the part where I get fucked.
When the IRS calls you, can we just fast forward to the part where you fuck me, bend me over, and fuck the hell out of me?
Just somehow ended in that way every time.
Just they have like different fucking versions of you just getting fucking railed.
A couple of days has now passed since I said yes. I was in the missionary position whenever I heard snoring and farting come from my so-called observer.
What, he fell asleep?
Apparently,
That's not.
the husband passed out at some point, but obviously not quietly.
God, imagine being such a boring fuck that the guy walks you like, this fucking suck.
Which affected my concentration on the sex.
I tell you.
Because the snoring was distracting and the farting was disgusting. My ex-boss apologized on her husband's behalf before grabbing the box of tissues next to the bed and aggressively
Wiping his asshole?
hurling them at her unconscious husband.
Oh, ooh, that must have hurt.
Aim was off. Tissue box missed the target, prompting my ex-boss to hysterically scream her husband's name over and over into my ears while I was
Derek!
while I was still lying, laying pipe and trying to pretend that absolutely nothing weird was happening.
I've never got soft faster.
The husband eventually woke up after my ex-boss managed to scream his name at the top of her lungs. Cue all-out war. My ex-boss called her husband rude for falling asleep. The husband said he had a long day at work.
Like, I've seen better fucking from animals, but he fucking falls asleep again.
My ex-boss scoffed and said she had no clue what a long day of work looked like.
Oh, no. Having a fucking bull argument while he's fucking balls deep. The type of argument that would be embarrassing in a public situation.
Yes.
Even worse so in this context here.
While he's falling asleep. Yeah.
Like, this is about as bad as if you're sitting in between the husband and wife in a
Yes.
fucking airplane.
Only worse. This is
Only fucking worse, right?
literally fucking worse.
You're just sitting there in between the aisles, just like,
So my ex-boss scoffed and said he had no clue what a long day of work looked like because he did what he did in one day was nothing compared to what she had to do every day as an independent businesswoman.
uh-oh.
The husband said he had zero energy for another boss bitch speech.
He went the boss bitch speech. They've had this argument before.
Yes. My ex-boss,
I wish I had an Xbox right now.
that's what he
So I can play while they fucking argue.
looked at me and said her husband had zero energy on a permanent basis. I asked both of them
Can I leave, please?
if they wanted me to stop fucking.
So I should just stop, huh?
They gave me privacy because I was awkwardly thrusting in silence while listening to them.
Man, this man went through it.
My ex-boss said I should ask her husband since the whole thing was his idea. The husband unexpectedly slapped my butt on his way towards the bedroom door and said I should come and call it a night. Oh, I didn't come,
I doubt he did.
but I did call it a night whenever I realized that my desire to get away from my ex-boss and her husband outweighed my desire to get off.
So needless to say, I climbed up the chimney and escaped.
One night stand should have been enough, but I just had to come back for more, which I now regret.
You dumb son of a bitch.
That is that's the day I fucked up. He got in the middle of
That is the day I fucked up. You can close the fucking site down. That whole fucking thread is done. He wins.
Yes, he does. I mean, I've seen some bad ones.
My God, man.
That's a good one though. It's a very good one. Alrighty. I don't know how we're going to move on from that one.
You know the crazy part is that's actually done with George Clooney. That was that happened to him.
Alrighty. The next one is by Red Blue 92.
We gotta stop the show. We got it.
I know that was a good one.
We can't top that one.
I doubt it. This person puts, I'm going to be really vague here because I have to gossip about the gossip, but my neighbor is cheating on her husband, and I left in one too many details in the post.
They weren't cheating. That was actually the couple from the other story. He just didn't know the full context of the story.
He comes over while her husband's at work. It was a global Facebook group. If that wasn't bad enough, in the comments, I elaborated on her activity and her job. I did not name her, but clearly I said enough to single her out. Well, somebody noticed my city and tagged the sister of the husband, and I, of course, didn't post anonymously.
You motherfuckers.
I could understand if it was a local tea group, but globally? The family member was from the other side of the world. I fucked up because it points to me. She will know it is me, and I'm just waiting for her to come to my door and give me an earful. Clearly, fleeing the country is my only option. I need a new name.
A new name, a new fucking address.
Next one is by Stop Sign Sledding Man. It's a weird name. Person puts, I was in Mexico, and I was on the rooftop.
There's the first moment you fucked up going to Mexico. Believe me, but you didn't hear the story about the Mexican military. It almost lit me up.
I was in Mexico and was on a rooftop club with some friends. We were drinking hard, and eventually during the night, I started to feel ill. So I left the club to score some tacos.
There's your second problem right there. You eat some tacos off the fucking street. You need that strong Mexican, immune system to eat tacos.
Having eaten the tacos, I felt better and was ready to return to the party. But upon returning to the club, I learned that they had closed the doors and they wouldn't let me back in. Obviously, I was thoroughly bummed since all of my friends were still inside and I didn't feel like going back to the hotel. Now, this is whenever I, in all my glorious drunken wisdom, looked up at the nightclub on the roof and thought to myself, I can climb up there. Spoiler, I could not.
Spoiler, I wasn't a Spider-Man.
So I went around to the back of the building. I quickly scouted my route and started climbing. I made it a respectable 10 feet up before I lost my balance and fell, hitting something that knocked the wind out of me on the way down.
Shit. He hit some old grandma, just fucking killed it.
And abuela.
You just fucking knocked the breath out of him and she's fucking laying there dead. I hate you, it's me.
With a broken hip and shit. As I was laying there on the ground, hurting and trying to catch my breath, I was abruptly assaulted by someone I hadn't seen or heard.
By the old grandma. You what the fuck?
It was the bouncer from the club, violently lifting me up and yelling at me in Spanish. I was flummoxed.
Good word, flummoxed.
You don't hear very often. I didn't understand him, and while attempting the break-in, what was it? And while attempted break-ins tend to be frowned upon.
No kidding, even Mexico.
I hadn't done anything to warrant this strong of a reaction. That was until a bouncer led me back around to the main street in front of the building and witnessed the absolute chaos that I had been oblivious to until this point. There was at least 1,000 people in the street. There were ambulances and fire trucks, drunken people running around and panicking.
What the fuck did he destroy on the way down? Did he knock the power out?
You see, remember that thing I hit whenever I fell? Apparently, it was the main gas pipe to the building. I was trying to scale whenever I hit it. I broke it and caused a massive gas leak. The entire block, including 2 nightclubs, a couple of bars, and restaurants, were all evacuated.
La gasolina!
So the police were called, or probably already on their way, to be honest. And the last thing my friends saw of me that night was 2 policemen with machine guns leading me to the back of a pickup truck.
Policemen with machine guns. That sounds familiar.
Right as they were about to drive me off, I reached my hand into my pocket, pulled out 30 pesos, handed it to my friend and said, buy me out, bro.
I let you out for 30 pesos?
And he puts on here $1.07 US.
Oh, man, you don't want to go to a Mexican prison.
Oh.
Fuck. We don't got your papers or your passport. It's gone. What do you mean it's gone? It's just gone. Here's some frijoles.
They gave it to Kendra getting ready to cross. There you go.
Oh God, fucking yeah, Mexican prisons aren't exactly the most up to standards of the justice system.
Alrighty. Next one is by Borg Cube Cubed.
Borg, huh? Going into Star Trek territory.
Yeah. So this person puts, today, an adult woman managed to get my arm stuck behind the couch so tightly that I needed help to get out.
What?
I want to.
She's saying she's an adult woman.
Yes.
Okay. I thought some random woman just fucking trapped him somewhere.
No. Did I miss the I part? It was today I,
Oh yeah.
an adult woman.
I just thought some random woman just captured some man. We about to have some fun. He's like, no.
I wanted to plug something into the outlet behind the couch, so I pulled it away from the wall a little and reached my arm down. It was snug, but I could almost reach the cord, so I pushed harder. I managed to plug it in, but whenever I tried to get my arm out, I realized I was stuck. My elbow joint was just a bit too big to squeeze out. The back of the couch had pinned me.
Why did she just pull the couch out? But she was like, I mean, she was probably laying on top of it. So
Probably.
fucking stuck for real.
Yeah. I pulled and pulled, but I couldn't free my arm. I couldn't shift the couch because I was kneeling on the seat to reach behind it.
Yeah.
There's no way
What about pushing your arm against the wall and pushing out? That may have helped.
I guess panic.
I guess so.
There's no way I could move it with all my weight on it and one arm incapacitated. I couldn't get my feet onto the floor. I couldn't slide right or left. I couldn't twist and wiggle free. I was completely stuck.
Okay, Dr. Seuss. Why is it stupid? That's what it sounded like. Read that again. It does not sound like Dr. Seuss.
I couldn't slide right or left. I couldn't twist. I couldn't wiggle free. I was completely stuck. It does.
Oh, man.
After struggling for a few minutes, I sucked up my embarrassment and called my husband. He easily moved the couch in 1 second. My arm is
got you, baby. He fucking throws it off and he picks up the couch and tosses it.
with her on it.
Yeah. He's like, I'm a man.
Yeah. My arm is all bruised from struggling, and I feel like a dumbass.
Fucking kicks the door down. But you're just doing too much, sir.
Next one is by Dim Slug.
Damn slug.
So this actually happened during the beginning of the pandemic of 2020 while I was working in the pickup department.
The great pandemic of 2020. That was if there ever was a ghost town, it was that traveling around the city as one of the ones that actually had still had a job.
Yeah.
Oh, it was quiet.
Oh, believe me, I know. The highways were clear. Nobody.
Yeah, everything. Like there was never anyone on the street. That shit actually scared the fuck out of me.
Here's how bad it was on like traffic, right? Whenever 2020 was going on, I was able to get to work in about 7 minutes. It takes 30 now.
Man,
Big difference.
I would go into like Walmart after work, right? When they didn't close at 7 o'clock at night. I was like, come on now, it used to be 24/7.
And now that's never coming back.
It's never coming back. They realize they don't have to.
Exactly.
A lot of companies realize what they could do without, and they fucked this all over. But man, trying to just get there in the right amount of time. I mean, everyone wearing masks, like, or something like beyond what, like wearing like a full hazmat suit. I seen a guy come in one time with a full hazmat suit.
Yeah, it got crazy.
But it was still fun to. There wasn't much to do though.
No.
But when you're a bibliophile like me, that does not mean I fuck books. It just means I read them a lot. It was paradise.
All right, so, but just discovered this sub, and well, this is pretty fitting.
Oh, plus it got us a higher level of internet, like default.
Yeah.
Like I could back then it would take like 100 gigabytes. It would take like 30 hours, and now because of like the heavy use of the internet during the pandemic, they had to give us a higher bandwidth.
Mm-hmm.
So now 100 gigabytes takes like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Like my shit is fucking unbelievable. And it was just that it wasn't a raise in price either.
Yeah.
They just had to up the default, the
capacity levels.
Yeah.
So now it's like a hole that's just empty.
I'm just like, hell yeah.
So to set the scene, I was a grocery picker, fulfilling customers' orders for a large grocery chain, not Walmart, thankfully. I got in about 4 a.m. and started my first route through the store, apparently. One of the orders wanted Clausen dill pickles, which were handled by the meat department since they need to be refrigerated, and I don't know, that's just where they are. Okay. Side note, I was also in my last year of university with only 2 classes left and was
Last-
pulling.
Sound like he's in England.
It could be like,
Last year in university, because they just say in hospital instead of saying at the hospital. So anytime they say in university, it's usually English.
well, it's last year of university.
Yeah, that sounds pretty English to me. Of university. My last year in the university sounds more American. Maybe I'm just overdoing it in my head.
Yeah.
Because it's like because it's usually
Well, if they're saying not Walmart, there's not Walmarts anywhere else. So,
gotta be English then. It ain't Walmart.
thankfully.
Thankfully, what he's been to a Walmart in America and almost got murdered. What?
Well, no, so I think it's in America, though. Because if they're saying, oh, don't think Walmart, because,
I guess you're right.
regardless, let's see here. A side note, I was also in my last year of university, which only had 2 classes left, and I was pulling 12 to 16-hour shifts at the store because, well, COVID. So I did not have,
Dang,
I did not have sleep.
16 hours? That only leaves what, like 8
Mhm.
for just taking a shit,
Mhm.
Shaving, a shit, shave, and shower. That's all a man needs.
And if you're like me and get 4 hours of sleep every night,
I need more than that. If I didn't have my at least 9 hours of sleep, you would see a radically different version of myself that would be batshit crazy, more than I am now.
like a stanza level.
I'd be like Ernest Hemingway, except not drunk. Be fucking insane.
So the shelf was out, but I knew the meat manager was in the back, so I decided to ask him if they had any back there. And this, y'all, is where everything went wrong. That's all you need to know.
Here's what happened, y'all.
In the South.
Them guns came out and we just started blasting.
I walked back there, and and it's pretty loud, so I know I'm going to have to talk loud. Whenever I looked the meat manager dead in the eye and I yelled, "Do y'all have any dickles back there?"
Any dickles? He proceeded to sock me in the face.
Meat manager looks me right, it looks right at me with the most confused look and goes, do we have any what? What the hell are dickles? Me, you know what, I'm just gonna leave. 10 minutes later, the store is not open yet, so employees only inside. Meat manager racked his brain and figured out I was trying to say dill pickles.
He really just pulled that out of his ass. Like, what did he want? Like, he just sat back there with a fucking whiteboard. He's like, dickles. Because most people would just be like, they would brush it off, right?
Right.
But he's like, dickles.
Look, what the fuck are dickles?
What the fuck are dickles? And he just sat there and wrote it out. Dilled pickles.
Got it.
Had a euphoric orgasm. Like, oh, fuck. Like, he had a fucking epiphany. Dilled pickles.
So he pages over the intercom. OP, please return to the meat department. I have located your dickles.
Got them dickles here.
Y'all, I still never lived this down, and I live 24-hour drive away from the store.
Damn, a 24-hour drive?
Yeah.
What the fuck, bro? Where the fuck do you live?
In California after this?
Jesus Christ, 24 hours to get to your job?
I live 24-hour drive. I've never lived this down, so maybe they moved.
Weird.
After this. So the only advice I can give in life is never try to combine words, dill pickles, because you just get dickles. And now it's almost the 4-year anniversary of this crap, and everyone I worked with still tells the story. I'll never be able to forget it.
Damn.
Remember that time whenever they wanted dickle?
It's not that you'll never forget it. It's because they'll never let you forget it. It's a whole different thing. You'll forget it. No one else will.
Exactly. Alrighty, next one is by Kaz1967. This is one of the last 2 that we got here.
Yes.
First puts. Friday, after work, I quickly came home, got dressed, and went to the bathroom. I had a date with my boyfriend in another city and had to be ready at his place in under an hour. This meant that once I finished my business, I didn't have time to unclog my toilet once I realized it was plugged. Unfortunately for me, this happens often. The pipes...
Bro, you're just bombing them toilets, huh? Let's be honest here. You're just fucking blowing that bitch up. Let's not fucking skirt past that. She is fucking devastating the toilet every time her ass touches it.
But she tries to brush over this, and she says, the pipes are here are old. Sure. Sometimes a single piece of toilet paper will plug the toilet.
Sure, let's go with that. Not your horrendous shits.
Just beasts.
Just fucking mammoths coming out her asshole.
Usually, I will let the toilet sit for an hour.
The type that absorb all the water in the toilet, so it's just a fucking pile of shit. It looks like fucking concrete when you try to flush the toilet.
So usually I will let the toilet sit for an hour and then flush it again, and all is well again. Well, not this time. I left for the weekend, figured that by the time I'd come back, all would be well.
Oh, God.
I didn't think about it much until today, Sunday. I show up at my apartment late, expecting to play some games with friends. I, at this point, have completely forgotten about the toilet situation.
And she gets back and like there's a fucking hazmat crew out there. The police have cordoned off the area. Get back, man. There's a chemical fucking spill. Shit. I never seen so much shit in my life.
Until all hell broke loose. At some point, I realized I needed to use the bathroom. Thankfully, it wasn't anything dire, and I figured I'd be in and out quickly. I told my friends I'd be right back, and left the chat. After using the restroom, I flushed the toilet to find that nothing went down. Mind you, the water is clear. At this point, I realized, shit, I never unclogged my toilet. So, I get my plunger and get to work. Nothing happens, so I leave the toilet be. I return 15 minutes later and try again. Water begins to recede, and I figured I'd done enough. I flush the toilet, and I swear on everything I've ever known, the most awful smelling, putrid, brown and black viscous liquid comes pouring up through the pipes of my toilet. The smell, oh God, the smell.
It just says her name, Elaine.
It was like an outhouse you walk into on the beach, except this outhouse has
Oh,
city to go.
God, she picked the perfect fucking analogy. An outhouse on the beach would be fucking rank.
Except this outhouse has been sitting in the sun for weeks on end.
God.
A skunk died in it. A dog ate the skunk and then puked it up. And then that all rotted over the course of a month. It was hell. Pure unholy hell. I cursed my foul mother would probably... I cursed so foul my mother would probably slap me. I began plunging like my life depended on it, but to no avail.
Just fighting your bag and then trying to struggle up.
I spent at least an hour, at least.
God, just fuck going to war with this shit, huh?
I finally gave in and put in a maintenance ticket so that I could get it fixed. Unfortunately, maintenance isn't open on Sundays, so whenever I decided to use the restroom all of a sudden, I had to drive 10 minutes to the nearest supermarket to use their bathroom. Moral of the story, if your toilet is plugged, unclog it. Do not wait like I did. Maintenance should be here tomorrow, and I pray to God they get a raise after the literal shit they're about to put their hands in to fix whatever I fucked up.
He goes into the bathroom, right? He's like, oh my God, I've only heard of these. They're real.
Or just like all the blood leaves his face and like,
Like, not again. But he's fought one before in 93. He like, man, that's why he lost his eye.
so where's that patch? the worst pink eye he's ever gotten.
Just fucking ruined his life.
Alrighty, and last one for tonight is con man in chief.
Con man in chief.
Person puts, this fuck up happened today and it's still haunting me. I needed some moderate dental work. I ended up taking about 2 hours. My appointment was in the morning and I ate my normal breakfast of overnight oats. It's just a habit and I didn't even consider the repercussions of my actions. I love my oatmeal with dried fruits, nuts, and other goodies, but it has the unwelcome side effect.
No health. What could go wrong from some delicious oatmeal?
But it has the unwelcome side effect of making me so gassy, girl.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
I showed up at the dentist at 9 a.m. with a rumble already.
Just fucking shit myself right there with the dental table.
I got to the chair about 9:30 and I knew I was in trouble.
She just does that thing like in a sitcom where she's like, oh, Mill, am I right? And but the dentist like, get the fuck out.
After about an hour of constant activity and people in the room, I had already passed on 3 or 4 requests from my body to open up the release valve.
Shit.
We finally got to the point where some cement had set in, so the room cleared out. I guess the tooth cement.
Oh, I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about?
Yeah. Where it had to set, so the room cleared out for a while. I thought it would be a few minutes. This is my opportunity. I did my best to keep it quiet, but of course I couldn't control the quality.
Brum, 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 brum.
It was pungent. And no sooner than the deed was done, the cute dental assistant came back to take x-rays.
Like, all right, I'm here, all right. He just walks into the fucking invisible cloud.
She leaned over to stick the x-ray thingy into my mouth and let out an, oh. 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 Oh.
The fucking horror of that. Oh.
It's just a 2-letter word.
Oh. That shit must have hit her like a fucking Mike Tyson punch. She went up her nose and burned her fucking nose hairs off.
I tried to act like I didn't hear her. They didn't hear that. Oh. But there was no dog in the room to blame it on. There was an awkward silence for the rest of my time.
Oh, you nasty bitch.
To my dental assistant, Chris, I am truly sorry. My teeth feel great. To all the readers, what would be the proper etiquette in this case?
Don't eat oatmeal if you're gonna fucking fart all night or all day. Eat that shit at night. You fart all night long. You know, the last time I went to the dentist, they took a cavity out.
Yeah.
And they had to stab me with a fucking needle. You know I don't like needles. And they put 2 of these motherfuckers in my fucking mouth. And to numb the area.
Right.
And they got to work, right? And like they dug deep. And it was so far into my fucking tooth that I could feel like I can smell the smoke. Like you like boo, and like because they had gone through the whole cavity, right?
Right.
And they got to my actual tooth, and I started actually feeling the drill.
Oh.
And I was like, it wasn't any pain, right? But I was like, if I didn't have that Novocaine or whatever they put in my mouth, I'd have been like, because if I could feel it, even with all that fucking numbing,
Yeah.
could you? Oh my god, that shit would have fucking killed.
So did they do a root canal or what?
No, they just took out the cavity and put the cap in.
So no root canal itself.
Yeah. I don't think I need it. For not being an dentist ever, when I first went, all I had was 2 cavities. They were like, these teeth are fucking, they should be in a museum.
Yeah, as long as you take care of yourself.
Yeah. Brush my teeth daily.
Just don't kill the damn doctors when you're there.
They don't fucking fart in their fucking face.
Pop, pop.
Oh.
Oh. Imagine like you're
Get hit with a fucking smell that you're just like, God.
But the funniest part is apparently this is so dense and stayed around them.
Yeah.
And like when they walk in the room, oh, there's nothing. And then, oh.
Like it's just a fucking cloud around her head.
Oh.
God. The fact that it traveled up.
Yeah.
Because you usually lay on your back for the dentist. So the fact that it went up instead of going up in the air, it must have been so fucking heavy. It just lingered by the fucking table or by the chair.
It's like that dome. It's like, oh.
It's a dome of shit. Oh, man.
But that's all I got in Reddit this week. Anything else, Ted, before we head out tonight?
Still doesn't beat the first guy.
No, it doesn't.
That man went fucking through it.
Yes. In the middle of an argument that he didn't want to be a part of.
Imagine he was just still thrusting it.
He was.
The whole time.
He was.
That's the weird part.
And then he gets smacked on the ass. And finish up. Might as well.
Fucking smacks him on the ass and the guy walks out, right? And he's like, licking his fingers, like, oh. I love adding worse things to the situation that's already bad.
It was so bad that he's like,
that would like destroy my self-confidence. Like, you fucking suck. You fucking suck. Let me get some fucking shut-eye.
it's like, this is boring.
Yeah, like, how boring. That'd be the worst part for me instead of the arguing.
Yeah.
It's like, my dick that fucking boring?
He ain't got no game.
No kidding. That sucks.
But anything else?
I don't know, man. The whole day's gone by.
It has.
I've heard too much shit. I've seen too much shit. We got the toe licking, and we got the lame dick. We got lime lemonade.
Lime latte.
Lime latte, sorry. I don't know what the fuck is going on today. I am burnt out.
Cool.
I get up early in the morning, go to work at the help my aunt, go to 7-Eleven, buy 4 newspapers. It's $17.50. I hope I can find some stories to collect. It'll be a slow process, but I'll get it. I'll get some wild ones.
All right. Well, with that, we will see you guys on the next one.